Good morning, Whiskey. Good morning, honey. What's her doing? Good morning. Good morning, Pumpkin. What's her doing? I need to get your mane brushed out again. What are you doing, Miss Fred? Hi, Miss Fred. Hey, baby. Hey, Miss Fred. Hi, Miss Fred. Yeah. This is one that doesn't belong here. He has showed up. He looks pitiful, but I just call him Boy because it's a tomcat. Should call him Tom. That ought to work. But he's got some kind of something going on in his face because he's been in cat fights, and look at him. Oh my goodness. And yeah, he doesn't really like to be touched that much. And there my KK. There my KK. Yeah. And there my KK. She ain't gonna pay me no mind. Whiskey, I'm sorry, baby. She don't want to be too friendly. We're just down here trying to spray the trees. They've got cedar rust, and it moves from the cedar trees to our fruit trees and back again. That's its life cycle. So we're trying to get them sprayed to kill the fungus among us. I gotta trim a limb down here. It keeps popping. I can hear it from the house.
You're probably gonna lose a couple of these trees.
I know it. I call that one my dancing tree. Looks like it's got a skirt on. And all of them, if you can see them.
I soaked the shit out of it.
How many years ago did we plant all these? What was that? 5?
Going on 5, yeah.
I gotta get this limb. I said I gotta. Well,
Peaches is loaded.
I can't fix this limb.
Hear me?
My what is?
Your peach tree.
Peach tree is loaded. Well, we shall see this year. I said, well, we shall see. It is kind of loaded. But I come down here to fix this limb that's popping that I can hear up to the house.
I was gonna fix it.
Hey, you can't. Yeah, well, I guess you can. You got to tighten up. Look, it's about to catch the limb. No, that ain't it. That's. I was fixing to say, look, it's about to catch the limb on fire. Baby!
Son of a bitch.
Why on earth
Woo,
would
that's
you?
rubber. Ain't touching it now, is it? Damn, it's such knocked the hell out of me. And you got it on film. Son of a bitch.
Why would you do that?
That's rubber.
Okay, but still, did you touch the rubber?
Yeah.
Okay, and you got shot, didn't you? Don't do that. I mean,
got a rubber piece sitting up there on that limb.
oh yeah, I see what the deal is, but that's not.
You ain't see my whiskey farts once it hits it.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta do something different there.
Oh,
Not sure what, but we got to do something different. Because, I mean, slightest little wind blow and that's going to... I mean, that ain't very far from that limb. Look at all them peaches. This is the first year we've had a bunch of peaches. We shall see. We ain't doing our garden still, as you can tell. It's my wildflower. I got wildflowers down here right now. You better be careful. I don't know though, you know, I've read where they said those TENS units can help with nerve pain.
what?
Those TENS units.
Yeah, but not shock the hell out of you.
Well, I'm just saying that maybe.
I'm glad I was drunk.
Yeah. Maybe that's why you got shot, reckon?
Reckon that's alcohol? Oh!
You did it again, didn't you?
You sure did. Back right into it.
Your apple trees have to be sprayed too because they really go from, the cedar rust goes from the cedar and then it moves over to fruit trees. And then in the fall, it dies back down and moves back over to the host tree, which is the cedar tree, and repeats the cycle unless we kill it. And hopefully that's what we're doing. And my chicken pen has grown up with wildflowers. Richie hadn't been able, me or him, either one, have been able to get down here and do anything with it, so I'm just letting it look like wildflowers for now. Ain't that right, Whiskey? What you talking about, pretty girl? She's wanting to get out and nibble. Here comes that boy again. We've done everything to, you know, try to get him to leave, but he won't leave. And it sounds so pitiful. I know it. His face has looked like that since he showed up. And I can't get close enough to him to you know, let me check it out. Put some, what's that stuff called? Vetricin. Yes, ma'am, Vetricin, that's what it is. KK's over here hunting. Oh, I forgot to show you tomato plants that Richie planted. I'm not going to step off in there because I'll sink. But he's got all these planted. I want to say, he said there were 16 plants. We shall see how they turn out. And then we watching. If I try to reach down and pet him, he runs off. Hi, look, he's gonna let me touch him. Hi, 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 boy. Hi. What's wrong? Hi. Well, that was a first. Anyway, our cat Boots passed away and a couple weeks ago, and so we planted this tree. It is called a salmon bark maple, Japanese maple. Salmon bark Japanese maple. And it says that because of the, you really can't tell it, but the bark color is salmon. And in the fall is when it says you can really notice it. But we buried him right here. I'm gonna mark his capstone for him. Or tombstone rather. Got me a cedar tree planted here. It's doing good. It's got new growth. Oh, well, everything's so green it's hard to tell. But it's got a bunch of new growth. A bunch of new growth. And then I planted this one down here. And it doesn't look too hot for some reason. Planted them both at the same time. And this one is struggling for some reason. Look at this cat. Come here, boy. Hi. And then he runs off. This is what I'm working on now. I've moved some of my daylilies from up yonder by the front porch to out here around this birdhouse. And we planted this plum tree a couple of years ago, and it's doing really good here. I planted that cedar tree right there a couple of weeks ago, and I planted a couple of more down the hill, or up the hill, however you want to say it. I'm trying to close this in. That's what I'm trying to do, so that we can't see the road from our yard. Hi, Coco. Hi, baby girl. Yeah, that's my baby girl. She's out here hunting birds and moles and whatever else she can find. She's my cookie. Yeah, she's my cookie. She's my cookie. That's my crepe myrtle that Laurie brought me some pieces of. And this is that stuff I'm trying to get growing for you. And I tell you, it just grows everywhere. See what I mean? It hadn't flowered out yet though. It's getting ready to. Getting ready to. I just bought this trellis, or arbor, that's what I meant to say. And so that I brought all the roses up and over, because they was just hanging. And it's starting to bloom out really pretty. Oh, I'm getting an egg, I think. But see how this stuff just grows out everywhere? I mean, I've just quit worrying about stepping on it because you can't seem to kill it. But it is so pretty when it blooms out. I just want it just right around the tree, you know, the base of the tree here. Oh, let me take you up here and look at this rose bush up front. it is really popping with some roses. And it just gets so pretty this time of the year. The roses do. And then the Japanese maples show up. Maples. The Japanese beetles show up. Japanese beetles show up and eat them. I mean, this thing has just taken off. So I'm gonna have to move my daylilies that I've got planted underneath them, because they can't, they don't get any sun, except after the Japanese beetles eat all the roses off. And these trees are just the oddest trees there was. I say this every year. One tree, two different kinds. One tree, two different kinds. And that one, these are the same age trees. And that one's just, well, you see how tall that one is. And then you look at the same age. But then, look, one tree. Look at that one limb. One tree, two different species of the same tree. I guess it's kind of like when you've seen some of those dogwoods, you get pink and white dogwood trees together. I gotta do something about this front yard. We're supposedly this weekend we're gonna get a dog pen built so that we can put the dogs outside instead of outside up here. But anyway, whoa. I was looking down. I like to run right into those. You can tell we've been working. We ain't got nothing done out here yet. We haven't made it this far. Hey, Uno. Hi, Mr. Uno. What's him doing? What's him doing? You just sunning? Yeah, you just sunning? What are you doing? You just resting? Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Uno. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. What's him doing? We like to hang out here and hunt. Miss Fracky Frack. Hunt my birds that I feed. So what we're doing here is we've dug up all the grass that was along this sidewalk. And Richie is extending the sidewalk up there. I'll show you when we get up there. But we're going to get some more sod and put it along the walk here. No. That's Mr. Black Panther. He says, hi, I'm Mr. Black Panther. Yeah. Mr. Mr. Black Panther. Uno. You can guess why his name's Uno? Can you tell he's only got one ear? I'm glad to see he's taking a break from spraying. This rose bush is really pretty too, this time of the year. And I want you to look. I done spied it. No, that's a fly. Oh, thank goodness. I thought I had spied a Japanese beetle, but it's actually just a fly. But boy, once them beetles start, I mean, they just eat it all up. Ain't nothing you can do about it. You can put out all these traps and everything, and all it does is it's just like wood bees. You can't do nothing about wood bees. They just bore holes everywhere. It don't matter. And these tree trimming folks have been coming up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down this road for over a month now. Well, you know, some of my flowers are coming out, but most of them are just getting started. It's my first iris. I'm just now getting out here to. It was really pretty. It had 4 on it. KK, why you gotta be so mean? Why you gotta be so mean? She's the youngest of all of them. And now Miss Frack and, Mr. Frick and Miss Frack are the oldest. Speaking of, I hadn't seen Mr. Frick. These are all sunflowers. That's another crepe myrtle Laurie gave me. See, there's one. That's another crepe myrtle Laurie gave me. Tony gave us that birdhouse up there on top of that pole. I'll be excited when all my flowers start coming out to bloom. And I clean up all this area. It's just that time of the year. Y'all shut up. Y'all hush. And I bought this arbor too to do the same thing with these roses. And boy, they're popping too. These pink ones are so pretty. I can smell these pink ones right now. Mm-hmm.
Hey. Oh, shut up.
He said there's a cat fight. Don't you hear it?
Well, that's their cat fight. Leave them alone. Y'all ain't in it.
You okay?
You're filming?
Mm-hmm. I do this every spring so Mom and Daddy can.
Oh, they only land when they get shot, huh?
Yep. This is what I meant by he's extending the walk here. That's what he's been working on too. So we can get past these beautiful maples.
The hell out of you just cut them back and we build that wall.
Yeah, but it sure does look good. I got new growth on my Mother's Day tree. Hey, dog. These are doing all right.
2 gallons on them 2 trees. Okay.
2 on the 2 trees.
Yeah. Hope we didn't kill them.
I don't.
Products of China manufactured in USA.
Put my pole back up. My guardrail fell down. Check the mail while I'm out here. My hibiscus pretty. I thought I killed it. Well, junk mail anyway. Got another plum tree growing right there. I've told Richie, I said, don't you cut that thing down, but I guess he probably needs to. But I have an oak tree growing, 2 of them actually, and I don't want them to be cut down. I mean, they can just grow on right up, because I don't know what kind of tree this is, but in this one, in July, August, September, that it loses all of its leaves and it just looks dead. I don't know what kind of tree it is though. It's got this funky looking bark on it. And I planted those 2 bushes out there. The yellow one, well, they're both supposed to be that color, but the one that's yellow now, I planted last year. And so that's why it looks better than the other one that I just planted the beginning of this year. Or transplanted, rather. So it's got a little bit of new growth on it, so I know it's still alive. It's just going to take it a minute to do anything. And then that's my snowball bush me and you were discussing, Mama. I ain't got all my plants out on the front porch yet. And then this is my other snowball bush. And that completes the tour of our work in progress. I'll give y'all another tour when we finish and everything is in bloom. I love y'all.